And we're back.
There we are.
We're here.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? I'm
We're
excited.
doing good.
I'm excited.
Do I get to respond to these questions?
Maybe. I'm excited that Ben, we're back. We're doing it. It's been too long. I miss you, brother.
Back at it. Miss you too, man. It's been too long.
Been too long. And you know, man, I didn't realize that Man from Toronto was PG-13. But then I started going back and looking at the deaths, and I was like, oh yeah, it's totally PG-13.
Oh, The Gray Man was PG-13 too?
I'll make sure. I think I might have forgot to switch it. No, it's PG-13 too. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, no, it's 13.
Dang.
Watch these two Netflix 13 movies. I mean, I gotta say, Ben Hameen, you said do these Netflix movies, and you did not disappoint.
No, it only took us 2 months till.
Yeah. This thing called Life got in the way of Side by Side, and I was like, man, oh, there it is, Side by Side, Side by Side, Side by Side. I totally forgot I made that too. I totally forgot I made this intro.
It looks so fancy, it really does.
I need to work. And here we are.
It looks professional as fuck, as I like to say.
Thank you.
But
professional
yes.
AF.
Oh yeah, that's probably a little bit more. What is it? Work safe. You know what I'm talking about, like that. It's like not safe for work.
What are you talking about? You mean safe word? I got a safe word. It's hello, Ben. Welcome back. I haven't seen you, brother. We caught up for a little bit. It wasn't enough time, but
it's a long word.
Time. I know. It's been a little too long. Hold on. I'm gonna put this here, so we know what day it is. The date, and that way I don't have to go back and do it. Because sometimes YouTube doesn't have the dates on these things, and I put them on the.
So we do though. We're just that much better than YouTube. We'll put the date on there for you.
Just that extra.
Hey, CJ, can I tell you something or ask you?
I don't know. It's been a minute. I need to ask you stuff. What is it?
And do you know the difference between
what?
Ordinary and extraordinary? Do you happen to know what the difference is there?
No, I don't. I do not.
Let me tell you, CJ. All right? It's just a little bit extra. Okay?
I don't care if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. And an inch is big, all right? Just to let you know.
No.
It's huge.
Huge.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Side by Side Movies. Totally dropped the podcast part because I don't know what this is. It's just two friends hanging out, talking about two movies and having too much fun. Today, we're going to talk about two movies that are on Netflix. Two movies. The Gray Man, 2022, PG-13, 2 hours, 2 minutes. Action thriller. When the CIA's most skilled operative, whose true identity is known to none, accidentally uncovers dark agency secrets, a psychopath former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassins. Now, this movie I did not know was made by these guys until I saw I think it's the Anthony cameo. Anthony Russo, Joe Russo, the guys that did, Captain America.
Spoiler alert. It's at the very end.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I got to talk about that when we get there. Oh, yeah. This movie, remember, this show, it's just open conversation, open topics. If there's spoilers.
Spoiler
You've been warned, but I guess he warned you after I said it. So anyways, it's got Joe Russo as a writer, Christopher Marcus, and Stephen McFeely. Stars Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Ana de Armas. Do you know what armas is in Spanish?
No.
Guns. And it's
nice.
So,
nice.
You got
she
Ana
does have guns.
She's got. Oh, we got to talk about her, man. So we're also comparing that to The Man from Toronto, 2022, PG-13, 1 hour, 50 minutes. Action adventure comedy. The world's deadliest assassin and New York's biggest screw-up are mistaken for each other at an Airbnb rental. Director Patrick Hughes. Writers Robbie Fox, Chris Berman, and Jason Blumenthal. The story by him. Well, I guess we're getting started on what'd you think about these movies?
They were good movies. They were fun movies. Man from Toronto, I gotta say, I was laughing a good chunk of this movie. Kevin Hart can it's for me it's like a hit or miss. Like either I'm gonna be laughing the entire time with Kevin Hart, or I will laugh at, at no links whatsoever, hardly. And this one for me was a hit. I enjoyed it. His chemistry with Woody Harrelson was great. I thought they made a good match. Although I have to probably say that I think Woody Harrelson has that comedic timing, you know, that is it's hard to come by and pull off well, but he does it, and I think he can play off a lot of people with that humor that he has. Cheers did wonders for him.
Yeah,
Plus, he
dude.
got to work with Ted Danson and Ray Perlman and all those
So-
fine folk that worked on Cheers. But man, alive, no, uh, really enjoyed Man from Toronto, The Gray Man. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was one of those like I don't know. You see the same movie kind of over and over again, like action scene, bah, bah, bah. Oh no. This one was pretty straightforward though. I mean, there weren't a whole lot of twists and turns. It was pretty much just like whooping ass and taking name, and that's kind of what like John Wick was too. John Wick though was a totally different beast, just because of how graphic it was and how realistic it was. And then you also have, those videos of Keanu Reeves like doing his training and shit like that. You're just like, holy shit, like
yeah,
he
Brazilian
was
Jiu-Jitsu and
committed.
all that.
Yeah, and I mean it's a story that's relatable too. Not to go on a tangent of John Wick, but I feel like, that really kind of revitalized like assassin movies. It kind of like not really turned you on its head or anything, but like it was a different, like the assassin who got out, and then he lived his life, and then shit came back to him, and just because he just so happens to be this badass, that bad shit happens to him, and
Yeah.
he just loses it,
You heard the boogeyman? He's the one.
Yeah.
Go to get the boogeyman.
Yep,
um,
exactly.
so
And you get that in the beginning, which and you kind of get that here in the Gray Man too. Like the way it begins with him
yeah,
in jail, and it's like 18 years later. Like it's cool. It's fast. It's fun. Like, hey, we're getting to the point. We're moving the fuck on. I
if
like that.
that's a movie trope, to find a young person and make him a badass and all that stuff by the CIA and all that. I wonder how much that is actually really that, and how many people actually let down. Like they picked wrong. Like we built this person up, and then they left. They said fuck it. They don't want to do this.
What was it? American Ultra. It's kind of
I
like
haven't seen
the
that
fuck
one.
up with
I've
this.
seen clips of it. So what I'm gathering here that John Wick is the standard now for action assassin kind of movies, because
It
to me it is a handcrafted film. They put a lot of detail in it. The way Keanu's, they're making a fourth one. Like, come on, this doesn't bother me. It does. Like, keep going with the John. If you make them the same,
Well, and another thing too is like whenever they made John Wick, I don't think they thought of this as like, oh, this is going to be the start of a franchise. I really don't. It was kind of. I remember going to the movies and seeing John Wick and just being like, that was one of the better movies I've seen in recent memory. And granted, what this was 2015, so that was what 7 years ago that it first came out.
yeah,
And so, I mean, like you said, you had all those Fast and the Furious movies. I mean, you were on what Fast and Furious like seven by that point.
yeah,
So and then you don't have too terribly many like assassin movies, and if you do, they're kind of like those, like
Salt
the Man from
or
Uncle, like the comedy, like oh no, we're both fighting over the same woman, haha, kind of assassin comedies and stuff like
Spy
that.
versus
And
Spy.
Spy. Exactly. Those kind of movies. And then you get John Wick. That's just like it's a serious action movie. Like you don't have to have this long explanation. Oh, he's going into the CIA office or something like that. Like oh, this guy's a gem. He has to go deal with his boss. Shit like that. No, it's just straightforward. Like oh, John Wick's gonna kill you, and you better hope that it doesn't hurt that much. Like
Yeah,
that's just the plain simple of it. And
the
even the way he kills, like shit. I think it's Alfie Allen is his name. The way he just is like he's like begging for his life and he just shoots him. Like that's what's great about John Wick is like the first one was just so realistic. It was like, yeah, that's totally what somebody would do.
Yeah, just
They
shoot
got
him and
up
turn
here,
around. Yeah,
shoot him and turn around. You don't have this long drawn out like I'm killing you because you killed the dog that my wife gave me and that was the
yeah.
last thing that I ever you don't have any of that. He knows why the fuck he's about to die. He's heard about it, and you have too. The entire movie. It was almost like other people talking about how badass John Wick is
And
made
then you
him
see
even
it.
like
Yeah,
exactly. You there was no talking from him hardly.
and so I'll say this, man. I guess this episode we're gonna just do crossover, do both movies
I
at the
guess we're
same
just going
time.
to talk about John Wick.
John Wick
And
too. This all right. John Wick 4 will be. Let's look it up now. I'll say I saw the Gray Man first, which is only they're only off 1 month. Like Gray Man was July and Man from Toronto was released in June. So I
yeah,
wasn't fully off. Saw Gray Man first. I took me a little bit to realize it's a remake of a movie. It's not an original plot idea.
oh
Um,
no,
but when I saw the Russo brother at the end, I was like, no wonder it feels so familiar. It feels like a MCU movie. Like it felt all digital, but in a good way. Like I have nothing bad to say about, but the story itself was kind of like I've seen this before. Even like the Billy Bob Thornton character Fitzroy, like you kind of knew like all right, are you either gonna like be a badass and you're gonna get beat up? He already know that character's gonna get beat up. Is he actually gonna take a bullet for someone? How's he gonna kill? And sure enough, he blows himself up, like doing that grenade thing. That part was cool too
yep,
when Lloyd and what is the gray man's name in this Six. When
yeah,
Lloyd and Six meet up, and the first thing Six does, he pulls the grenade, and while he's talking, he just like he just pulls it, and he goes ballsy,
yep,
like I gotta say, I mean Ryan Gosling, everybody, we are gay for Gosling on this show, so it's not a
100%.
we love the guy. His character, I love. I'm not gonna say about the his character Six. I love the way he was performed, but I think Chris Evans' character Lloyd Hansen, like he took a little bit more of the pie. Like I thought, I was like every time he was on screen, I was like he's kind of wild. Like I liked it when he like that was that rat or that rodent character that what do you call it that trapped the Six in the well. Like he goes, "Hey, where's my
Oh
money?"
yeah,
Like that's cool. See, that's cool. He's just like stunned, like that's all you see of him. He's dead, but it was like like the last image is like, oh crap, like he killed me. Like it feels kind of bad because he's like, well, it's the CIA or it's the government, but it's like their special ops unit, so it don't matter. Like
yep.
and you could say whatever, you're already dead. But the Gray Man had me like I was like, man, I've seen this before, and I figured out what movie it was.
Hold on, what?
I think it's 1985's Commando. Have you ever seen that movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, this is definitely Commando all over again. Like a lot of the movie where Commando is Arnold Schwarzenegger, John Matrix is an ex, retired military guy. They want to hire him to do the bad guys want to hire him to do the job, so they steal his 1985 they steal his daughter, and then he has to go back and help her. So he needs the help of Ray Don Chong, Tommy Chong's daughter. He needs her help. He gets the help of a woman, and then she helps him. And then this one he doesn't really have like a sidekick like the Billy Bob Thornton character. But I
Mhm.
mean, Ana de Armas is that character where she is kind of a badass as well. I do like that they hit her back. Like it was a very balanced movie, where the sense where if it feels like a I don't know, I don't think it's annoying, but when she was like, "You're in my personal space," and then later on he hits her with, "You're in my personal space." Like, remember I said spoilers. Like that was I like that can end, but it's definitely Commando 1985 rated R 1 hour 30 minutes action adventure thriller. A retired special forces colonel tries to save his daughter who is abducted by his former subordinate. So yeah, it's kind of like if you watch that movie and you watch Gray Man, it's got the same vibe because there's the character played by what's his name, Troy Vernon. Sorry, yeah, Vernon Wells. Oh, messed that up. He plays Bennett, and he'd play like the Lloyd Hansen character. Like
Yeah,
he's like the equal. But this movie's ridiculous. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he goes up like a band of like a bunch of like gardeners, and like I don't know, they look like gardeners. But he's like they're using all these bullets, shooting him with like AK-47s and like 50 cal. He doesn't get hit, but he just like he throws a knife and it gets like 8 guys, or he takes a swing. Like it's like it's so hilarious. But this I felt like this was a very modern telling of Commando. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's bad. I'm not saying. I'm just saying I was like, oh, it's similar. At least they're similar. Parallel thinking, or maybe it inspired it. As we do some research, maybe I'll find it, or maybe somebody else will say it, because it feels way too much like Commando. Like, and I love Commando growing up, so I think that's why I was able to be like, oh, it feels very very similar. Now the man
So
from Toronto. What's up?
it was actually based off of a book. Uh, it says the novel follow and it's called The Gray Man is the name of the novel. Because I was just curious on like who wrote the screenplay and stuff like that, and it was the Russo brothers, but as well as uh, his name is Mark Greeny. You might have said that earlier. I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so here's the. It says the novel follows Gentry on a mission across Europe to rescue his handler, Sir Donald Fitzroy, and his family in Normandy, France, from Lloyd, a member of the gigantic French corporation and former CIA officer who wants Gentry terminated in order to shepherd a $1 billion deal for oil interests in Nigeria, where its president in turn wants Gentry dead for the assassination of his brother. So
Yeah.
literally nothing like the movie at all.
Yeah. What I'm
Uh,
saying, because like what I'm saying is
it
like
probably has, yeah, it probably has scenes like that, but yeah,
no,
it's
what I'm
crazy.
saying is the Gray Man. Even the book is made in 2009, so it could have been inspired
Yeah.
by
Oh,
Commando.
100%,
But what?
100%.
Yeah, so I'm saying is it's not like Volcano and Dante's Peak. This is more like Tombstone and White Earp. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
but by the way, we need to get to Dante's Peak and Volcano one. Eventually, we'll get there.
Tommy Lee
But
Jones is fantastic in that movie.
I think I like Dante's
I
Peak.
like
Yeah, there's the
Volcano.
same. I like
I
them the
like
same,
Volcano better.
but I like Volcano a little bit more for some reason. Like just like I'm sorry. I like Dante's Peak. Like I love watching Dante's Peak from the beginning to end. Like more of the science, but the stupid Volcano in L.A. kind of I don't know, kind of seals it, makes it for me.
CJ, I want to say this, and I want there to be no qualms about this. And I'm gonna take a Texas accent over a British accent every day. It's the same movie.
Uh,
It's one's in LA with a British or the Texas accent, and the
oh
other
no,
one's a British accent.
they're different movies. They're different movies.
They are not. They okay. They are different stories, maybe, but they are the same movie.
No, when I hear that, the same movie, I mean they literally have to be like very, very identical in the sense of like I feel like Gray Man and Commando are very similar in the way the story's told and the way you kind of see the action scenes, the quick clips. Now, Dante's Peak, like it's in what, Colorado Springs or something like that. It's like it's beautiful, it's nice. And then you see a
Yeah,
lot of like I mean they have like there's a crew there of scientists that you're kind of going through and you're seeing through it, and then you're going through the story through, and then like they have like the little robot. There's actually like a little character there. Where Volcano is
mhm.
just a bunch of Angelinos, like, whoa, what's going on? Like, it's like how would a volcano
Yeah,
go
but
into this?
because CJ, okay, you know, it's down there. That's why.
And the opposite is in
Okay,
Dante's Peak, it's on top.
it's down. It's down below. Of
It's
course, there would be a volcano in LA. This is Armageddon at this point, CJ.
oh,
That
Eddie
is
Griffin's in
so
Armageddon.
Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, he's the guy with the dog. Archie, what are you doing? And he gets hit. They get
He
hit by the
was that in Volcano. You said?
no, and I'm sorry, Armageddon. He's an
Oh,
Armageddon. I thought I said Armageddon. I thought Armageddon. I didn't say
I
it.
it may have broken up, but anyway, no, Volcano. I think it's a more intriguing. It's not just
Oh
like
yeah.
well, and you know what's crazy is like here's how I envision like movie studios back in the day of like okay, yeah, I feel like there's some sleazy movie studios that are just gonna be like, no, that's a stupid idea. Volcano story. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Get out of here with your volcano story. And they read the script and they probably like photocopy it or something.
Yeah.
And they're just like, and then somebody else goes and they sell that movie and they're like, oh, we could tweak it a little bit, make it better. And then somebody's movie gets pretty much made twice, but they only get credit for half. That's how I envisioned, because you notice there for like for a while. It probably wasn't just in the '90s, but you get movies like the same movie, but two different ways. Like, oh, which one are you gonna go see? You're gonna
Yeah,
see
dude. A
this
lot of
movie where
uh,
it's like Tomcats and what, buying the cow. Like, this is the same sort of
what is
movie.
buying the cow? There, what is that?
It's
Have I?
Tomcats.
I've seen Tomcats a lot.
I'm pretty sure they both have Jerry O'Connell in them.
Yeah, he is in it. Well, Ryan Reynolds is in this one.
Is he?
Yeah, it's
I
Ryan
can
Reynolds, Bridget Wilson, Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, a commitment averse man frantically hits the dating scene after his girl starts pressuring him to pop the question. Okay, maybe it's not exactly like Tomcats, but they both have Jerry O'Connell in them. Early 2000s.
Yeah, no, Tomcats is. I feel like has this vibe.
Let's
There's
see
the
here.
Ryan Reynolds that we all fell in love.
At at the wedding of his friend, the remaining bachelors bet on staying single. Yeah, it's the same movie.
Yes, it's
It's the same movie. Like,
Bill Bellamy's
okay,
in this one too. Ron Livingston. Wow, there's a few. There's some popular.
yeah.
Oh,
All
John
right, so
O'Hurley.
and let's be real, like the last real work that Jerry O'Connell probably did, as far as like he was a big hit in the early 2000s. Like, Can't Hardly Wait. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
dude, Trip McNeely. He's a legend.
really,
No, he's
dude.
done a
Like,
lot. He's actually done. He's actually on the animated Star
I,
Trek show. He's been kind of
and,
busy.
and of course, Kangaroo Jack, 2003. Just kidding, Jerry O'Connell. You're great. You're great.
Yeah, he actually went to like law
Oh,
school to play
he
one
was
of
on
the.
Mission to Mars. Oh, dude,
Yeah,
remember
remember?
you and Cole?
Cole. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we
Yeah,
actually. So he's surprisingly been on the show as a repeat offender.
with Can't
Um,
Hardly Wait, and
yeah. Oh,
uh,
you know what? I think I don't even think I mentioned that, or maybe I did. I can't remember.
I
But
don't think
dude.
we've done Can't Hardly Wait, but
Oh, you know
maybe
what?
we did.
I think no, we did. We did. Like I have to actually like I think we did. Then we do Can't Hardly Wait. See, it's been a minute. I think we did Can't Hardly Wait and 10 Things I Hate About You. Remember?
Oh yeah, we did that early on. You're right.
Yeah, here it is. Episode 44. Can't Hardly Wait and 10 Things. See, I mean, we've done a lot. I didn't realize how many. Like we're on episode what 73. So if you times
Yeah,
that by two, that's 146 movies, dude. We've
yeah.
done a lot of movies.
It's a couple.
There's a couple there. Hey, Bob. So
Hey,
the
buddy.
men from Toronto, like you said about Kevin Hart, I even the beginning scene where you open up with the daddy, I was just like, ah, oh, damn. Like, I I I was like, brrr. I went down on this movie. Well, not theoretically, I was like, oh, I started out kind of like, ah, this is probably gonna be about an 8. I'm not really feeling, and then, dude, just that beginning scene, just because it's Kevin Hart, he's everywhere. And it's like
Yeah,
I liked Kevin Hart when he was just kind of the unknown. Like that always happens when he's kind of the Rock. It doesn't bother me that he's the Rock. Dwayne Johnson. I don't know, for some reason I'm like, go ahead, keep doing all those fast. Like I don't mind seeing him. The rest, I guess, 'cause he has a wrestling background. I've been seeing him since I was a kid. So, but Kevin Hart, it gets to the point where it's like, all right, it's a kind of a
well,
lot.
and to be fair, I mean, not to be critical of Kevin Hart, The Rock is like, he has a spectrum of acting. Like, he can be Hobbs, he can be funny, like he can play. Whereas Kevin Hart is like, I just can't. And I know he has a couple of like dramatic roles out recently, but I can't see him like anything else except like everywhere Kevin Hart, like
Dude, I
doing
went.
the movements and everything like that. But The Rock, I mean, him in Jumanji, and in the second Jumanji,
Dude, I need to
he's a
see the
solid
second
actor.
one. The first one's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, he does a good job at acting, and it shows.
So
I feel like he.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Oh no, continue.
No, no,
Like, I'm just bashing on Kevin Hart at this point,
no.
but
He's really good. He was in a movie with Bryan Cranston. I saw it, and I can't remember what it was called.
with Bryan
Um,
Cranston's in a wheelchair.
yeah, it's called
Yeah,
The Upside. Dude, I like that movie a lot. I think the chemistry between Bryan Cranston and him was amazing. I think, but Bryan Cranston just does that
okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
so it's just my ignorance on his dramatic roles.
no, dude.
No, no,
Like,
no, for real, for
no,
real.
I'll tell you this. No, but I'm telling you because Bryan Cranston played off Kevin Hart, and then Kevin Hart just had to play off him, and it's Kevin Hart. Like you're right. Like it's the same beat. It's the same character. It's the same guy. So when I saw the beginning, I was like, oh shit, it's kind of like it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of probably annoying me, but I was like, I gotta watch it. And then all of a sudden, like after the intro scene, it started getting more to him being the character, and then once Woody Harrelson character shows up, I just was like, oh, this is getting good. This is getting bad. Like it didn't like grow on me. It was like, oh, I just gotta wait, and it started excelling. It started going, shoo. And what was I gonna say? Like I took the idea that he's a short guy, so I visualized him as a little guy, and it made the movie way funnier for me. A lot of the scenes got real intense. Like I was laughing my ass off. It is funny because Woody Harrelson does play a pretty badass,
Yeah.
and the way he never lights up, man. Like even when he's soft, he's not soft, or when he does, he's like he's not. It's so insane how Kevin Hart like he grew on me in this movie. Like I mean I did say that earlier, but
Yeah.
he grew on me. Like I was like, dude, this shit's funny. Like even at the end, as you're getting towards the climax of the movie, I was like, oh, please have a badass fight scene, and they ended up with a badass fight scene. And I gotta say, for PG-13 one shot fight scene, it's pretty fucking badass, dude. I don't know if I keep cussing anymore on YouTube, but sorry, I'll start working on that. But
Yeah.
I don't like. I gotta say, man, the fact that and this is not a kids show, anyways. The fact that like we got a lot of what we wanted in the Man from Toronto. It doesn't really. It doesn't. It's not as straightforward as the Gray Man. With Gray Man, it's super straightforward. Spy movie,
Yeah.
assassins. Like this guy. This is the next scene. You know what's coming. Boom, 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 boom. Like the Billy Bob, the Fitzroy character. I knew it was just a matter of time when he was gonna get tortured and blown up. Like I knew that was gonna happen. Like you just picked up on that. But it's a good movie. Like I mean, also the Ana de Armas. Like I can't, dude. She's bad. Yeah, like dude,
Uh,
and
have,
Blade Runner
quick.
2049.
Have you seen her in Knock Knock?
No, I haven't. Is that the one Keanu Reeves?
E-
Dude, I haven't. I see. That movie just. I have. Oh God, I didn't know she was in that movie. All
Yeah.
right, all right. I think side by
Hey,
side.
it's DJ. She's in that movie. All right.
Well, I'm just gonna have to do a little,
Do a little
little Google
investigating.
search on my own.
Yeah, do it. Not safe for work.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me just. Oh, that is her. Look at her. She looks so cute.
yeah, and I think her hair's different because she was in Knives Out with Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she was fantastic in that. By the way, they're gonna have a sequel to that movie. Uh,
Is that?
a
Oh.
Netflix
Oh.
movie. It's called like The Glass Onion or something like that. Oh, dude, so much stuff dropped.
Hey, we're gonna have
Also,
to.
House of the
Huh?
Dragon. Sorry,
Sorry. No,
House of
I'm
the
sorry.
Dragon.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna just watch the knock knock real quick.
Well, hello. How's it
I'm
going?
back. I was just like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
I know, I
I just
know.
googled the
It didn't
images and I
take
was like,
long. It didn't take long. I get it.
yeah. I
No,
didn't that movie just the concept. I didn't like it. I was like, I don't want to see Keanu
of
get his
Knock
get.
Knock.
Yeah, I didn't want to see
Oh
Keanu
no,
get his ass kicked
oh
or
dude, it's
tortured. I didn't
like
want to see him get. I didn't want to see him get tortured. That's why I didn't watch it.
yeah, and I know, but it's like it's like a train wreck you can't look away from. Like,
I do.
I
I
know
can.
it's you can, and I'm proud of you. And it's just the way that it ends. It's just like, oh my god, like Keanu, like it was oddly satisfying the way that movie ended, but terrible at the same time. Like you hated it, but you're glad you hate it. It was weird, man.
It falls
It
under.
was it's an interesting mix of emotions that movie makes you feel. It really is.
It's like the movie Funny Games. I can't watch that one
Oh
again.
yes, exactly.
I
Oh
can't
dude, no, that
see.
fucked
I knew
ooh,
I can't watch
my.
that one again.
Did you watch the Tim Roth
Yeah,
version?
yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Like I can't
You watched
get like
both you
so.
watched both funny games? You couldn't get enough the first time?
No, I
What's
didn't. I
wrong with
know.
you?
The first one I saw on my own when I was a kid, and I was like, ugh, like this is. But I didn't. I was a kid, so I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a psycholo. Like I'm a kid. Like I'm adult now, so I saw it I saw Funny Games when it came out. Like I was at a guy's house, and we had girls over to watch stuff, and we put it on, and I was just like, this is rough to watch. Because also there was a part there where I got up and went to the restroom, and you hear there's something that happens to the son, and that I'm happy I missed that part, man. Because I was just hearing the audio of that. The audio is just very like that movie is too much. Like that movie's
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies. Can't watch it again. I'm never watching that one again. I'm gonna have to show my son that movie when he gets like junior high, just so he can. I can be like, look, kids suck. So and you're kids.
Yeah.
But
Don't
don't be
don't
like,
suck as bad as these
yeah,
kids
don't be
did.
like these kids. But there's certain movies that I just like, dude. Like The Strangers, I could kind of watch a little bit more because it's a horror movie, but that kind of like I
But
said,
it has
it's
that funny games feel to it, doesn't it?
oh, I can't, dude. I just that funny games like I can't do it, man. It's too
What
it's
sucks is just like the rules don't. That's the parts that's the most fucked up is like the rules don't apply. Like no rules apply.
yeah, exactly.
And
You
it's
can go
just like
anywhere with
and
it. And
it's just like it's disturbing because you buy into this whole like okay this is the perceived reality and then it gets flipped on your fucking head and it's hard to process you know because you have bought into this story of okay this is how things are going to go and then it's just like nope it can go it can go there
yeah,
is no winning and that's the scary part too. I think
yeah,
it's a very I think the reason it's so disturbing is just how I don't know kind of relevant it is. Like you're not really in control. It's just it's all kind of an illusion.
yeah, and also, oh, I get what you're saying. I don't know, just
Yeah,
also girls doing stuff like that. I'm just like, ugh, like, get off,
yeah,
taking advantage of my guy. But like with a lot of the Man from Toronto, it was funny. Like I wasn't expecting it to be haha. It was hilarious. A lot of the
yeah.
stupid scenes, like there's like I'm the man from here. I'm the man from like when they get all together. Like I'm like, all right, I get it.
Yep.
Um, I was enjoyable. I was very surprised, but after a while, I really knew it was gonna be good. Even like Ellen Barkin's character, she was good
Mhm.
at the very end. Like she's the one calling all the shots, and then that dude, his name is Jean Carlos Canela, Agent Santaro. Like that, the every reaction that the did you know he went to the Harvard Law or Harvard? And he's like, don't you talk to him? Like so that's funny to me, man. Like that was, I don't know. I thought that those little scenes were funny with him interacting with his wife.
Yep.
I liked that. Also, when he goes to the boxing gym, he's like, "We'll go into Marcus's," and he's like, "What'd you get me into?" It's just like I don't know. It's like he brought him into his world, and they start messing it up.
Well, dude,
Um,
I think the what is it the no touch boxing like that shit was
no
hilarious.
contact. Yeah,
No con, yeah, no con,
um,
yeah.
the guy I thought when the Man from Miami comes out, is played by I guess it's Pearson Ford.
He
Um,
looks like Thad from Blue Mountain State. That's who I thought it was at
dude,
first.
when he got out, I thought he was Chris Evans. I thought it was another Lord Hanson kind of because he had the same kind of haircut, and it took me. I had to rewatch it a little bit. I was like, oh, it's not him, but then I rewatched it when he shows up because it's just that's the way they introduce him. That was so cool. I was like he's a
Yep.
spy too. He's got a hidden gun. He uses just and then the Kevin Hart's character is like, it's like you hit me with a goddamn golf club.
Well,
Like
and I think with this movie, the reason it is funny is it kind of it knows it's in a trope. It
yeah,
knows it's in that like, oh, I'm mistaken. It's a case of a mistaken identity, and then you have the jokes like the FBI agent who's like finessing his wife and
yeah,
stuff like this and everything like that. And so I think it's funny that they just kind of they're not afraid to make fun of themselves in this movie, and that can really help in a movie like this. If a movie, it's easily you could take yourself too seriously making a movie like this, and they play that nice boundary with it. I think that's
yeah,
what makes it so funny.
yeah. I like the fact that they that I mean, what was I gonna? There's tons of little parts like about the movie. Yeah, it knows what it is, and it doesn't really lean into the jokes too much. It just kind of like gets it. Where Gray Man kind of feels like it's trying to be a serious movie, and I
with
don't know. I
some
just
funny with some funny one-liners. Like
yeah,
Chris Evans being like that psychopath type character.
yeah,
It's it's not bad. I feel like
uh,
he does a good job playing that like sadistic like person. And plus, it's it's almost kind of like an overcorrection at this point because you
Yeah.
have him playing Captain America for so many years. Like you just naturally assume he's a good guy. And of course, spoilers alert here. Have you seen Knives Out?
I've seen the ending. Like I don't know why I saw the last 30 minutes of it. I haven't seen the whole thing,
Uh,
but yeah,
okay.
I know about it.
All right,
I know
cool.
how it
Yeah.
ends.
So, yeah, he turns out to be like a bad
Yeah,
guy in that. And so in this one, like we've said before, it's like straightforward. Like you know who Chris Evans is. He's not going to be like, oh yeah, we'll let you live kind of person. No. So you just automatically out the gate. It's not like a who done it, and
surprise.
then he turned. Yeah, it's there from the beginning. And I don't know. I think he does a good job playing
Yeah,
that. And of course, Ryan Gosling is playing that. He's playing Ryan Gosling character.
takes his
He doesn't.
shirt off, all shows off the arms. I was just like salivating.
It's this is it's not a real deep Ryan Gosling, but he knows how to get there too.
Yeah.
This is no only God
This
forgives Ryan Gosling.
Oh God, no, this is
This
not that. That was like
they
that's acting.
no
This is
I
more of him going through like method techniques that he's trained. So he does a lot of cool shit. So he
yeah,
didn't have to talk much.
exactly.
Where yeah, God forgives. It's
He
just him.
he didn't have to talk much there either, but
Oh
he
God,
had it, just fantastic. Uh,
5 minutes of just.
nope.
Oh God, I'm
But
happy we went down that road together. That's when we held hands and we went by. That was stuck in the side by side, because it was a good suggestion. I said hell yeah, let's do it. And now I was like, oh God, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I
yeah,
don't really want to look up my movies too much. I just want to dive into them.
right.
To go back to my theory of it being Commando, I forgot there's the Julia Butters, Claire, the little girl. See, they kidnap Billy Bob Fitzroy's niece, and then Six has to. That's Commando. That's exactly Commando.
Yep.
but
No, no.
but
Yeah, no, 100. Sorry, I got the man from Toronto playing up
oh, you
here.
got it playing. I forgot I hadn't done that in
Yeah,
a minute. I'm over here just.
I know.
I should have it be playing too. There's that's because also they got the foosball game is going on, so where I'm getting all these notifications here, so I don't want to be on my phone. So that's why, but it's okay. For between these two movies, do you think who would like if you were to take what do you call it, the badass? You would take a man from Toronto versus Six. Who's gonna win?
Oh, if we took like the
That
two
if they have to go
kind
against
of
each other.
antagonists, anti-heroes in the out of Man from Toronto or six, whew, I feel like I I would have to say probably six is going to win.
Yeah, I think he would too.
I think now pose this question a different way. The Man from Toronto is a bit seasoned to be blunt about it. Uh, so in the
Yeah, because he doesn't.
heyday,
Yeah,
in
you're
his
right.
heyday, because he does he's like he's in the business of getting information from people, but he's not really in the killing business because he
Yeah.
didn't kill that guy at the beginning, does he?
No,
Or,
he gives them all.
yeah,
He tells them everything, which I thought was funny too when Teddy does it. Like I was like, oh God, is he gonna do this? He's gonna gross everybody out. Like one thing I did like about like the other characters, they didn't have an awareness of the movie, of that they're in. Like they like, look, he's the man from Toronto, and they show the photo, and he's like, you took the photo, you idiots. Like he was like, but they're doing their job, and they basically turn on each other. And
uh,
I thought that was like clever writing. Like they kept the bad guys not being like, oh, you're right. Like they never questioned it. They said that Teddy's the man from Toronto. So like, yeah, that's him. That's the guy. And they just they don't care about his statue. They don't care about anything. Like he talks a lot. Like they didn't care about that, which I thought was a pretty cool twist when you find out that the bad guy. Okay, so what was that all about? When Teddy does the torture scene with the Mr. Green. He throws up and he stabs that guy in the eye, like when he does that
yeah,
scene. So then Man from Toronto comes out and shoots all those people, and the guy he ends up shooting was the guy that they're supposed to be interrogating. Remember the guy with the glasses and the
yeah.
slick hair? And I think he was the guy that they later on find out it's him. He was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to have the information. So I was trying to realize, like, I was wondering, like, why did they do that? Like, why did he? pretend to be the guy in charge, or I guess they were trying to kill the man from Toronto or something. I don't know, because he
I
did.
think. Oh yeah, I think that is what was. Well, yeah, yeah, because I think at the end Ellen Barton's like, yeah, we tried to kill him or something like that.
Yeah, because also like so
Yeah.
that's the spoiler alert on my end about me, but like that movie I tell you where I was gonna be like the featured extra. I'll probably be
Uh-huh.
like one of those guys like sitting down in the chair getting thrown up on. I'll probably be that'll probably be my character. Just not no lines, just getting like something like that. Like in that and that like an extra like that's gonna be like if I had to be in the movie like that'd be kind of one of the extra scenes I'd want to do. Or maybe like in the Gray Man, I'd probably want to be a henchman that goes up against Six or something. Like
Yeah. No, I would want to be eating some food in the background. That would be my dream extra job is like get me a good plate of nachos and I'll fuck it up in the background.
yeah, it's just like sir, you're not supposed to be eating the props. It's like it's that's okay. It tastes in my head. It tastes like cheese.
I brought my own.
I
Yeah,
brought my
don't worry about
own.
me. I brought my
Oh,
own
I
food.
knew.
Y'all the stuff y'all had was terrible. It tasted like cardboard.
It
Uh
tastes it tastes a little too a little. You brought my own stuff. It tastes a little bit not real, but
yeah.
all in all, dude. As we go through these movies, and as we like, these aren't comparable. They it's like assassin, but these are completely opposite movies. In the sense that, like that movie that just came out, Bullet Train. I feel like it would be a little bit more like The Man of Toronto from Toronto
Yeah.
than The Gray Man. But I mean, I've been hearing reviews about that one. I haven't seen it, but been hearing some pretty good reviews.
Pretty good. All right. So speaking of pretty good reviews, what's and we'll say it here first. I want you to say it here first. What's your review of Clerks 3? Just I just want to hear what you thought about Clerks 3.
Okay, so everybody, as this being recorded, I have seen Clerks 3 at the
And
premiere,
I
and
want everybody to know the date that we have down here in the corner as
yeah,
well.
so I'm not gonna do
9/15/22.
any
That's
spoilers.
not the time.
I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but I have watched the movie before. I think it's now. It's all, isn't it at the release now? I believe they're
I think they had a Fathom event for it
Fathom.
last
Yeah,
time I
okay,
was
so I saw
looking.
that.
Yeah.
So I think they're now it's available to watch. But I'm also going to the other one. But what was I gonna say? I for Clerks 3 without without ruining it. I loved it. I'm a fanboy. I'm a fanboy of Kevin Smith View Skew. So I'm biased. So I'm definitely going in with like, oh, it's great. It definitely if it has the one two and it has a 1 and 2 vibe in there. It has a lot of nostalgia. I mean, it's a New Jersey film, so there's a lot of New Jersey references. I got a majority of them, but I liked it. I think the good beautiful part about the whole Clerks 3 is watching from when they started to where they're at and the way they film. And there's acting in Clerks 3. There's some seriously like roles where I was like, dude, blew me away. Like I didn't know this performance actor could can really hit these levels of like emotion. And dude, you get quite a few of some characters where I was like, damn, that was a quick boom. And then like once you start I mean, I'm not gonna. I can't say much anymore because I'll start ruining it. But once you start connecting everything, or you pick up the references, or dude, it's funny. It's like an extra like hit of like dopamine. Poo-poo. Like it's good. I loved it.
I
As
know what you mean.
also like making like a third movie in a trilogy. This is technically Kevin Smith's trilogy. It's difficult. It's difficult, but I love the way. Like I don't know if this is saying too much, but if you like, I feel like Clerks 3 could be a standalone movie. And if you go backwards, I feel like you can watch like 3, 2, 1, and it makes sense too. Like you can watch the
Hmm.
movies in that order. I don't know
Interesting.
about watching it like 2, 3, 1 or 2, 1, 3, but I know it's like usually you watch the movie from the 1, 2, and 3, and then the fourth one's usually the prequel, and then they have the reboot. There's like so,
Mhm.
um, but I don't know. I could see them making more Clerks movies if they really wanted to. Like the way they shot it, like it was shot real quick, he edits the movie while they're filming, so you know what I mean. He's going through it.
Mhm.
So I feel like Kevin Smith could probably do another 2 or 3. It's pretty good. Like especially as like how I mean I knew about the View Skew, but like it wasn't until we did this show, until I dove into the View Skew like with you, that I was just like, dude, this is like pretty cool what we have here. So I became an instant fan of the whole of everything and meeting the fans and meeting people. I'm like I said, I'm too biased on this. So if somebody watches, they're like, it's whatever, me or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, to each their own opinion. But as a fan of the View Skew, I think it's great. I enjoyed it. Clerks 3 at this moment right now on the 9/15/2022. I'd say check it out because I'm gonna post
Oh
this
yeah.
video by before the weekend's out. So I'm gonna catch us up on our last 5 episodes, or I think 4 episodes.
Hey,
So we'll be
so
caught up.
that's he's the man behind the scenes doing all that fancy
Uh,
editing.
all that fancy editing just to
Hey,
export.
there was no sarcasm there, people.
No, I know.
100%.
No,
This
he's
this
being.
this I am being 100% genuine.
Nah, man,
Uh,
but this is great. Like I said, it always takes two. It's always us two. We can't just have
yep.
side movies or side by
Side
or by side
side
movies. You can't. You take side. It's two of us. I'm one side. You're the other side.
side
So
side movies.
side
It's where
movies.
the movies are side pieces.
Oh, how about we do another thing called side flicks? So side chicks. We got
Ooh.
side flicks. No, I mean, like I think that's what I do. Like, and that's what, as a filmmaker. I went on a journey with the View Skew, production or whatnot, just being hanging out with them and getting to see things. It helped me understand a lot more as a filmmaker, as a creator, writer, everything. I was just kind of like, oh, I know what I should be doing now, or I've known. It's just now I just feel like, all right, but I get it. Like it's cool to see somebody go from start to middle to finish and just kind of be like, oh, they did it. Not to say that anybody can do it, or maybe you can, but not to say that it's easy for them. But just seeing them and knowing that they have struggles, knowing that there's problems. I mean, it was shot in like 2021, so pandemic. It's like kind of full blown, kind of at the end of it. So I mean, that's a challenge. The movies are always a challenge. Murphy's Law kicks in right away every time. Every time you want to make a movie, all that can go wrong will go wrong, and like that's why side by side movies we don't live any ones. I mean zeros, only ones and 13 because like just that little extra really makes a big difference. But getting a movie done makes a huge difference. Like I went on Monday to go watch the screening with Alan Danziger, Chainsaw Jerry from 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and like that was pretty cool to be behind. He was a part of a Q&A a little bit and kind of seeing stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Like get to watch it at the Austin like School of Film, like the theater they have there. But like seeing that and being part of that experience, like watching the movie, Storage Lockers, the movie, watching it and just kind of just it's like this is cool. This is fan stuff. This is where we were here. Like there's a lot of people at the screening. That was cool. Like it was a Monday night. I didn't have a show this Monday, but I took a break. I needed a little break. But now I'll be back on it this Monday. But just doing all this stuff is fun. Not talk. There was a minute where I was like, damn, my time is just going. I do something every day, so like 4 or 5 days can pass before I realize it's been 4 or 5 days. And then we're talking like this weekend that thing happened to me. The other weekends happened to you. Like it's been a weird thing, but we're here and we're getting it done. So everybody, if you need inspiration, just come and watch our show. We'll show you how we do it, how we do things.
Hey, there may be weeks that we are not here, but that does not mean it's over.
Yeah. So
No,
I'll say this: there may be weeks we're not here, but doesn't mean we're not watching movies. Because I've been,
exactly. Oh yeah, same. Like I pulled some serious movies this past weekend. Watched Prey.
dude,
Watched Thor. Yeah, right, right.
pray. We're talking about
Watch Thor: Love and Thunder.
yeah. It's on the Disney Plus.
Disney. Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet.
What else? I feel like I've watched something else.
Dude,
I can't.
I saw this Bette Midler and Lily Tomlin movie called Big Business from like 1987 or 1988.
Was that where they were twins?
Yeah, dude, it's
It was
funny.
it was twins, Bette Midler and Twin. That's the name of that movie.
Yeah,
That was something from my childhood that I did
dude,
not know. Like for real, it's Big Business is the name of
Big
it.
Business. I'd never seen it. I saw it. It's on Disney Plus. I was just going through. They're like, what else is on
I
here?
would I would I would always get that confused. I always thought it was the Beverly
Nine.
Hillbillies because Lily Tomlin,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and then like well no maybe even like a mix of like 9 to 5
yeah. I was gonna
and
say nine to
because Lily
five. Dolly
Tomlin
Parton.
yeah
I think she's a 9 to 5, but I know it had that 9 to 5 feel. It does have the. I was gonna say that right now when you were
yeah
saying that. That was a good. That was a
and
great
there's
movie.
like some trashy twins and then the
Well,
other
well,
twins are like
it's the
high
country mouse, city mouse thing,
yeah the
which I'm
Prince and
finding
the
out.
Pauper story
Yeah, and then what I'm finding out too about life, it's like they try like people online or wherever they try to make it seem like country people are one way and city people are one way. I'm like, no, you guys are related. Y'all are cousins. That's how you come y'all know each other so well. It's not like you read something on the newspaper or on a board, message board, or on the internet, and you no, it's because you've spent time with family members that at a certain point somebody decides to stay in the country or go to the country, and somebody decides to stay in the city or go to the city. So then y'all still stay real connected. And I'm getting tired of people thinking that like, hey, if you're from here, you're from this way. And if I was like, no, it doesn't work like that. The internet exists now. There's no more excuses. Like you have the library in front of you. Educate yourself. But you also the thing is, there's just a lot of mixed information out there, and then the
Oh
powers that
man,
be that are in control, they're not. Like in the Gray Man, dude. Like it has the oh you. I mean that guy. I would say let's give some shout out to the who was his name? The guy in charge, Carmichael,
this yeah, yeah.
played by Regent.
He was
What's that?
ruthless.
Rege. It's like Rege. It's French. Rouge Jean Page.
Oui,
I don't know.
oui.
I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say his name, but I think he might be French. But no, dude, he did it, man. You see, he's in
A
Bridge.
French ass name.
Nah, French. What's up, French? He's in the 2016 Roots. He's in For the People. It's a TV series, and he's in his top four are Sylvie's Love, 2020, and then another movie called Bridgerton. So
That's
this
not a
guy's
movie.
a
That's TV show.
holy crap! I just stumbled upon Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, the
This
new
is
one. He's gonna
Chris
be in it
Pine.
with Chris Pine. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the other guy. Wait a minute. Okay, so
Oh,
they're probably gonna ruin my childhood here. But can you please just real quick, what's going on with Chris Pine? Why does everybody hate him?
oh, I don't know. Like, do you mean because of Harry Styles?
Yeah, I thought that there was a bunch of memes going
No,
up
yeah, no, of like him getting spit on by Harry Styles and stuff like that. I don't know. Apparently, he's doing so. The whole drama has been around this movie. Don't worry, darling, directed by Olivia Wilde, and Olivia Wilde started dating Harry Styles while she's directing him, and also I think her and Jason Sudeikis were married, and he served her divorce papers like not too terribly long ago. Like the production of "Don't Worry, Darling," very well. Not even it wasn't even divorce papers. It was custody papers for their child. Like he served them to her at a like Comic Con event. Like this, it was very public.
so he
But
did
he
he did like a
yeah, it
pretty
was it was almost like a yeah, it was like a kind of a stick it to the man Yosis kind of thing. And but apparently this movie has just been uh hellacious in production. Like
yeah.
Florence Pugh's in it, but she won't go to any of the press junket or anything like that. Um,
Who's
and Olivia
she?
Wilde,
She looks pretty. She's
who
like that Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh, she's an actress from Midsommar.
Ah, okay.
She was also in Black Widow. She was
Oh, okay, that's where she looks familiar.
yeah, and so she's been in a few movies as of late.
Actually, right here it says on the trivia, it says Olivia Wilde originally wanted to play the lead role, but decided to cast Florence Pugh after seeing her in Midsommar. That's
I
kind of
think I
like
think it's I think it's Pugh. Could be
Pew.
wrong.
Oh, like okay,
Yeah,
I gotta say like Pew. Pew.
Pugh.
Pew pew. Sorry, I need to correct that for you. You were getting a little
No, 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 I didn't want you to call her Pug the whole time.
pug. I mean, it's pug. It's like
I could be wrong. It may be Florence Pug, but I just
I mean, if you heard it before, I never heard it till now, till my co-star on the show informed me about it.
yeah.
While introducing the
No, no, no.
trailer to check this out. While introducing the trailer to an audience at CinemaCon in April 2022, Olivia Wilde was angered when she was interrupted on stage by process serving handling her custody papers for her ex-fiance Jason Sudeikis. Sudeikis responded later that he had no idea that was going to happen and said he never had condoned it. So, like, get the hell out of here! It's such an inappropriate manner. He did that up. That's Jason Sudeikis. You know he did that on purpose.
And it's at the trailer after she was messing around with Harry Styles.
The young man, the youngsters. You always gotta watch out.
Yeah,
I mean, he's Harry Styles too. I don't blame
I
her.
don't I
So
don't I don't blame her at all.
I don't
No,
blame
no,
her
no. I
because
mean, Jason Sudeikis, I completely understand why you're hurt.
the
If that is why you did that, but yeah.
Hey man, there's a reason why the funny guy's funny, man. He always gets shit on, and there's a reason why
Yeah.
Harry Styles is Harry Styles.
Well,
You
no,
know?
I mean that's totally it. I feel like I don't know Jason Sudeikis, but I feel like that is totally a Jason Sudeikis move. Like
Yeah.
if
Oh,
you
totally.
know, like oh no, I mean, I was like, oh my God, that happened to you? Oh, I never meant to. Like you could totally pull that off as Jason Sudeikis. Like oh my God, that's you would be like that's horrible.
Yeah,
You know,
because
like
it's on a Saturday. Like,
yeah,
why would like? I mean, you could get
who
served
works on
any.
a and he'd be like, who works on a Saturday as a process server? Come on now.
Yeah, but you know, it's kind of something they probably do. Don't take the weekend off, but and it'd probably be easier. But come on, it's like going to her work. You know, like,
Come on, man. I'm Jason Sudeikis. It's fine. I didn't
hey,
mean to. If I
I
told
didn't.
you I didn't mean to, you're gonna
I
believe
mean,
me. I'm America's sweetheart.
I just signed the paper and gave them the direction where she was going to be at. I have nothing to do with it.
I had
I love Jason
no
Sudeikis,
idea.
but that's a funny ass move. That's a
No,
flex.
I mean
That's a flex.
that is what I I expect that. I'm no I have I don't know. Maybe I just don't have a lot of remorse for Olivia Wilde. It's that's unfortunate for her, but I just feel like go you go Jason Sudeikis. You go Glenn Coco. You go. You serve one of those papers at that.
Hey, talking
Put
about Coco, Kelly Coco and the Man for Toronto was
yeah.
she was a nice surprise. Did not know she was in here, and she plays a character outside of her that she like Penny character from Big Bang Theory's kind of like that secret girl next door, or that how somehow she's cool with you, she's hot,
Chooses.
and and,
Yeah.
and this one she plays supposed to play like kind of like the annoying friend, but she's not really annoying. You're kind of like, oh, kind of want to see where this goes with her, but
Well,
she was in it,
I think him punching like putting his fist in Woody Harrelson's face just so many times, like showing his
no
no
contact,
contact boxing,
yeah.
and Woody Harrelson's just standing there like
Not even blinking. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, have I seen you since I saw Nope?
Nope.
Ah, damn, that one. That one was wild.
A lot of my
When
filmmaking friends that not have, were saying different things about it. They didn't like it.
it's yeah, it's you walk away like that like Funny Games has some very disturbing scenes in it for me. Not for the reasons you may think, but just like some of the I don't know. It just kind of like it put me into the movie. The opening scene kind of like sucks you in, but you're like, what does this have to do with anything? And like I feel I feel like you know with a lot of the Jordan Peele movies, and I think especially being his third movie, as we have reviewed the other two, you I could see it being like, and I know I went into it trying to figure it out, and I think you kind of lose uh, that kind of wonder in a movie when you're trying to figure it out and trying to understand what's happening because you're trying to kind of unravel the mystery. I think after seeing Get Out and after seeing Us, I had the oh, excuse me, sorry,
Oh,
I
stop
fell down
blinking.
again. Um, but
It's a
I'm
prop.
glad it was just a prop anyway.
It's a prop.
Got you guys. Uh, I wasn't talking into it the whole time. No, what was it? So with Us and Get Out, I kind of looked out and seen Us first because if I'd have seen Get Out and then Us, I would have been like, all right, what's going? Like I still was trying to figure it out as I was going, but it wasn't as intense. I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure this movie out by then. Like I remember going into Nope and saying, okay, white people are the aliens. Nailed it. I got it. Totally wrong. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed being wrong about what I thought a movie was going to be. Um, so that aspect of it I really enjoyed. But uh, it was not it wasn't what I was expecting either. Like I don't know. It was I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty.
think I think it's a very like looking back on it. If I was to watch it again, I feel like I would enjoy it more. It's kind of like with Marvel movies with me. Like the second time, I typically enjoy it. The if it's aside from Spider-Man: No Way Home and in Game and Infinity War, I haven't just gotten come out of a Marvel movie thinking like, oh my god, like that was the best thing I've ever seen. Oh, and Avengers, the original Avengers. It's just like I don't get that every time I come out of a Marvel movie. I don't have that like
Yeah.
overwhelming sense of like, wow, that was that was amazing. Like that hit all of the stuff, and I kind of with the second viewing on some of those movies too. It's just like you get a little bit more of the story because like Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, you're just trying to like, okay, like you're like, all right, he's about to like the multiverse is busted wide the fuck open. Like, oh, we're about to go on, and he can't even travel through the multiverse without American Chavez.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert again. But the way
He needs his
there's
green
some
card to get in by someone who needs a green
exactly,
card.
but no, it's just like I think this is a good one. It's a good one. But it's whenever like you expect something and then those expectations aren't met, then that's where in my mind sometimes I just kind of like I'm like, man, like you didn't hit where I thought you were going or where I think you should go. And if that story isn't like with Doctor Strange, right? With all the setup that you had before with Loki, WandaVision, everything like this, and even with Spider-Man, like you just like that's what the next step is like multiverse busted, you know? And when that's not the case, it just like whenever I figured that out, it's just like, ugh, like I just had that ugh. But upon watching it again, I was like, okay, this is a pretty cool story, you know? It's like I'm like a little kid. I'm like a little spoiled kid now, like I didn't get what I want. So this sucks.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Whenever I first watch it, like that's what's going through my head. And and then the second time I watch it, I'm like, okay, this this isn't this is okay. This is not as bad as I made it out to
Yeah.
be. A lot of people did not like Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of bad things.
Um,
I mean, the trailer kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I'm gonna watch it
it's
eventually.
it's not even that it's a bad movie. It's a cool story. Like the opening scene, I was like, what the fuck are people talking about? This is
Yeah.
going to be amazing. And then it just had too much humor in it. It was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, we everybody liked Thor Ragnarok, so we're gonna make it all funny now, instead of
I've
having
heard
that
that.
balance.
I, I
So
I've heard that. I read that online a lot.
yeah, so but all in all, interesting story. I want to see how it kind of progresses everything. They explain Jane Foster very well. They did a great job. I feel like of telling a cool story, but the the strategy, the way that it was done was just a little too much.
Yeah, it's
Um,
extreme and like I mean, it's a fake fantasy movie, but it's the thing is the thing with comic books and then comic book movies. They're outlandish, and for guys, we're ridiculous, so it makes sense for us. When you start putting the females in, it gets weird, murky water for some reason. Like I mean, I read female comics, She Hulk, I read Black Widow, but when they make a movie about it, for some reason, that fan base just kind of they just poke at it.
yeah, and
And,
honestly, that I had it didn't feel so okay with Avengers Endgame. That whole scene where you get all the women in one goat. This did not feel forced at all. This felt very like on the women building character aspect of it. It felt. I mean, if somebody went into a problem like, oh my god, how is Jane Foster, Thor? If they aren't satisfied by this story, they will be satisfied by nothing. and
I mean,
probably will satisfy
she
nothing.
slept with Thor, man, so he gave her the good stuff. So it's just like, it's just no. But
I thought you said you haven't seen it. I
that just makes sense to me. No, but I also think is like that threw me off. But like it is gonna be hard because we're already hitting what phase 5 or something. So
this will actually be phase 4.
phase 4, yeah. So
Um,
so it's
yeah,
getting like because like what you said about
I think no, you may be right. I think we're on phase 5.
I
My bad.
I I enjoy like it's weird. I can watch Avengers through and through now and not really gain anything, but I like it way more now.
Are you talking about 2012 Avengers?
Yeah, the Avengers. Like I can watch it way
Yes,
more. Like
no, that I mean, Joss Whedon directed that. He did a fantastic job.
yeah,
He placed put everybody in his place,
I,
and not
I
in a
mean,
bad way, like in Justice League, you know.
yes, and I like the Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark by far is like it's a reason why it's an iconic role. But I
Mhm.
think right now with the superhero movies, they're gonna have to hammer it down. They're gonna have to put their foot on the ground on the
Ah,
pedal all the way down and just crank them out because they can. And then once people get tired of them, then they're gonna be able to search back and feel how it goes.
well, and that's the thing is like people won't get tired of them because you'll have movies like Spider-Man: No Way Home that
Dude,
will revitalize people's faith. Like I've rewatched that movie
dude,
probably like 2 or 3 times, and it gets better every fucking
it's on
time. It
Prime.
does. It's not. Is it on Prime?
It's on Prime, dude. I've been watching it like crazy.
I got it on. Yeah, no, they had this deal. You get like stars for $1.99 for 4 months,
Yeah,
and I
you
got
find
that.
like you're
But
good at finding deals like that.
I'm telling you, but no, it's just like through and through a great story. Like it balances everything well. It does everything you need it to in a comic book movie, and it has a tremendous amount of fan service in it. Just an exquisite amount. And but it doesn't. It's not like fan service. Like okay, we're doing this just for you, kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
like it's like the people like John Watts, like the directors, like the writers, like this was their fan service. This is like something they like. This it felt
yeah.
personal when you watched Spider-Man: No Way Home. Doctor Strange just did not feel personal. It felt and Sam Raimi.
Sam
I
Raimi,
mean,
bro.
he visually and cinematically that movie is beautiful. It is like the whole Illuminati scene, fantastically done. Loved every minute of it. But I just think he was dealt kind of a
Well, he's like
I
a
don't know.
bridge. He's supposed to be
Yeah,
bridging and he did a good job. It's a horror movie, which I love
yeah.
about that. He still put a horror element.
Oh, and Werewolf by Night. We'll be getting a Marvel Studios like Halloween special. Uh, yeah,
Okay,
it's called
because
Werewolf by Night. We'll have Man Thing and stuff like that in there too.
nice. Yeah, yes. I'll tell you this. The one thing that No Way Home does have that Strange didn't have, the Will Dafoe. You got it,
Well,
William
well,
Dafoe.
the phone.
I like that.
No, I
You have
mean,
a I
I'm
would say
I'm
that.
something of a scientist myself, Peter.
Those are
Uh,
my favorite memes. I'm something of like anything like I'm something of a politician myself. Like it's just always crazy. I'm something of a chef myself. But I think I like that Family Guy. I used to live with a William Defoe, and it's Stewie in the crib, and then he just kind of pops out. Hey, you sleeping? Yeah, you sleeping? And he just goes back. He's just like a creepy guy. But I mean, he's a great actor, brilliant actor.
no,
The first time I really remember him was from Boondock Saints in 1999. That's when I really, really remember him. His
Spider
character,
Man all day was one of my first like real
Norman
defining. Well,
Osborn.
yeah, and you know what's crazy is like rewatching Spider Man. He did a fantastic Norman Osborn. Well, not even I couldn't tell you because I am not very comic heavy, but just as far as acting wise, did a fantastic job in Spider Man the original. In Spider Man No Way Home, it was like cranked up to fucking 13. Like the
Ooh.
acting that yeah
Well, cause
yeah.
yeah, he doesn't know who he is until spoilers alert until when he finds out that it's fucking then it's on. And then also, what was I gonna say about his Norman Osborn? from the comic books. In the very beginning, he's very business, like he's just always super business. William Dafoe's portrayal of him he makes him more human, makes him
Okay.
kind of a dad, kind of a business guy. He's not really like this Lex Luthor kind of dominant character. Like he what because he does you see the vulnerability in him, which I liked, and how Defoe really brings it out. But Doc Ock in No Way Home, like dude,
Oh, Doc Ock
Albert
too. I mean,
Albert
they
Molini,
were. It's like they were. It was almost like that was their rough draft of their characters, and then they really got to flesh them out in No Way
yeah,
Home. And even I mean even Jamie Foxx, even
Electro.
Electro too. I didn't feel it as much with Lizard, Sandman, kind of, but
It's also their
those three
CGI.
characters, yeah,
They're CGI
they're
characters, and they're just kind of they're kind of just there. You're right. Those are. Can I ask you this real
well.
quick? I mean, I know we're supposed to be
Uh,
talking about these other movies, but
yeah.
we haven't spoken to each other in a very long time. This is actually our first conversation back. But why does Spider-Man when he goes up against Electro, why is his suit inverted or inside out, or why is it the black? Why is it like? Why does he do
Oh,
that to his
like a
suit?
black suit.
Yeah, they don't explain it. Why does he do that?
I thought it was because of the magic that Doctor Strange gave him. I thought the suit changed whenever he put that.
Well, no, he said it's inside out. Like he said, he turned. He does say the line, his suit's inside out, but he doesn't explain why.
Oh, he got some kind of green stuff on it.
Oh,
Remember,
so that
he's
he was
trying
just
to
trying to
wash
hide
it
it.
out later.
That's right.
Yeah,
So it was embarrassed of it. So he did. Okay, I can make sense to me
yeah.
because
I
Peter
can't.
Parker.
I
That
don't know. I think somebody like maybe put some paint on him or something like that. I can't. I
yeah, I
honestly
remember
cannot
the
remember.
green thing. Yeah, that makes sense. I was just
Yeah.
wondering because I didn't really explain it. Well, we got about 19 more minutes. This show's over. We could keep talking about Spider-Man. MCU. I think our fans know that we are MCU, big in the MCU verse. But we're gonna rate these movies because we also need to go through the Wikipedia page, and I do have them up already
Oh,
because we
and
like to see.
you know what? You know what? I'm going to. I recently got a new setup over here, so I'm gonna get on Rotten Tomatoes over here because I feel comfortable opening other bars or tabs.
So you want to guess how much the budget was for the Man for Toronto?
Man from Toronto. All right, you got Kevin Hart, you got Woody Harrelson in there. So I'm gonna say 30 million for the Man from Toronto.
Okay, and then how? Oh wow.
How
Okay,
much?
how much for the
How,
how much?
how much for the Gray Man?
Gray
I'm gonna
Man.
say
Yes.
50 million.
All right. Now you wouldn't be too far off on the. I mean, you're a little bit off on the Man from Toronto. Since this is a Netflix movie, there was no box office release, which annoys me, and no DVD sales or anything like that. No hard media, but 75 million. Which now I feel like I
Really?
should. Yeah, it's the budget, and I feel like I should call out
Okay.
Netflix because they started their business with hard media DVDs, and now they're not making DVDs. What's up, Netflix? Like, what's going on
Actually,
there?
they do have hard copies of Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, that one I do own that. I own the season one. I own all season one of Stranger Things. It's cool.
Are
It's like
you
in a
talking
VHS.
about? Are you talking about their movies? Like they aren't
Yeah, they
having.
should. They don't have any. They don't have a lot of movies on. They don't. I don't know if they do.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but I mean that would be like, all right, hey, yeah, we want you to work from home, but we're still going to pay for an office building.
but we still we but
That's the
that's not
same concept.
the same concept because it's
It
like
is the same concept.
it's not. It's
Okay.
because if you're a business, if you have a business and like a bank, like if
Mhm.
something happens with my money, I want to go to the bank physical place and have a physical person or robot talk to me, but at least I know there's a bank. If it's online and your business goes away online and there goes your money, who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. First off,
You're gonna-
second off, okay. So it cost them 75 million to make this movie. That probably I'm gonna guess they did not get their return on this movie.
How
All
do you
right,
get
so it
the
would not
clicks?
behoove. Yeah, the clicks that you get people into Netflix and probably get to stay. They'll get to stay for a little bit. But I'm telling you, this movie, if you had it in the box office, I don't know. This one would have been a flop.
Oh,
I feel like a lot of movies that would that they're like, it could have potential. Like the new Jamie Foxx movie, Day Shift.
I
I
want to watch
have
that.
not heard anything. I do too. I want to watch that, but I haven't heard anything. Just like, wow, that was fantastic. Because on some of these things, like it'll start popping off. On like, oh, this Netflix movie is fantastic. It's like 365 days. Now
Yeah.
that movie was honestly not terrible, but yeah, it kind of was. But anyway, um, those the movies that generate more like social media, I feel like are going to be your money makers. They made like three or four more of those 365-day movies.
Yeah.
You know, so those are behooving Netflix because not only do they see that traction on their website, but they also see it outside.
Yeah, but I'll say
With
this:
the
like,
marketing and stuff like that.
if they were like Redbox, like if they stayed like Redbox, I could do it. But the reason using the bank thing is, like, if you made a DVD and let's say Netflix goes away, are all their movies gonna go away too? Like, but if you have the DVD, at least I have the like. If I really like Gray Man that much, and I wanted to buy it,
No, I think that would be like their last ditch effort. Is like, okay, well, we can make
No, I'm not.
they can
I know you're
eventually
trying to
make
say.
these into movies.
I'm just saying, like, as a fan of like a lot of the movies that they're making, like, why can't I have a physical media of it? Or like, or do they have downloads? Like, download? Can you buy?
Maybe. Well, yeah, no, you can download stuff for Netflix.
Like, but you can't own it, can you?
Oh, I mean, as long as you have Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You gotta always have
Like,
the middle
okay,
guy.
it's not necessarily owning it. It's just you can watch it offline. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what you're saying. I'm talking about actually owning it, not watching it online offline. Like, I'm not talking about owning the actual movie. Like, I can buy a movie on iTunes. Can I buy that same movie on Netflix? Or can I buy that same movie on iTunes? Like, can I buy Gray Man on iTunes or The Man from Toronto on iTunes?
Let's see. Let's see here.
I just have to say this. It was actually the not 50 million. It was 200 million. But the Gray Man did have a theatrical release, so it made $450,000 back.
Oh, okay. He
454.
did have a theatrical
But
release.
200 million,
Okay.
that to me makes it seem like, all right, so it was like 150 million for Chris Evans, and then like, the rest of the movie. But it's all CGI, so I can see why they put a lot of into the movie. Um, let's do um, let's do the Rotten Tomatoes. What you got?
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking up on. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like you can get the Gray Man on YouTube or on
iTunes.
Apple. Yeah, iTunes. Excuse me. So from the Man from Toronto, Rotten Tomato score. Or are we doing the Gray Man first? Sorry,
I do Man from Toronto.
Man from Toronto. All right, so Rotten Tomato score on that boy is going to be a 23% tomato meter out of
Oh,
73 reviews, and then the audience score is going to be a 44% out of 500 plus ratings. Critics' consensus on this: The Man from Toronto has a crackerjack premise and a fine pair of stars. But this toothless comedy mismatches its promising elements and winds up neither funny nor thrilling. Boy, that's just.
God, I'm like opposite that review.
Yeah, no, I have to wholeheartedly disagree. But I feel like it is way funnier than a lot of assassin movies.
No, this is a funny movie. Like Kevin Hart, he does a good job. Like, and it's acting. It's not really Kevin Hart. Like, it's not. He's doing something different. I like it. Like, I like the fact that he's not really like trying to tell you, trying to talk. He can't do a lot of stuff. He's a very vulnerable character, but he's learning, he's growing. And then the Man from Toronto slightly changes a little bit at the end because he kind of grows for him. But it's kind of funny because he's being an imposter of him at first, and then he's trying to kill him, and then he turns around, and it's not like a hard shift. It's like you kind of see it coming.
Yeah, one
Wow.
hundred
What did
percent.
Okay? So what does the Gray Man have?
So the Gray Man, what we got over here is a 46% tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes out of 259 reviews. It's going to get a 90% audience
That's
score
crazy.
out of 100 plus verified ratings. Critics' consensus on this: The Gray Man has a star-studded outline of an entertaining action thriller, but it's filled with lukewarm leftovers from the far better films. That's kind of what you were saying about Commando. And an audience says, add this one to your queue with confidence. Action fans, The Gray Man has a great cast, exciting set pieces, and a solid story. I have to agree with that one. Uh,
Yeah.
it's I mean it's not like a completely original premise like oh yeah we've seen spy versus spy like oh yeah, this kind of thing but it's done in a fun way and that's really all that kind of matters.
Yeah. Man, those scorings are a 23 and a 44. That's a little bit double, but damn. And then over here it's a double, 46 and a 90. So both these movies double, but a 90. Now I feel like Gray Man, man, okay. I think this is all Russo love over here because I honestly think A Man from Toronto is just a little slightly better than Gray Man, even though I enjoyed Gray Man a lot.
Yeah,
I think I like it just, and then we'll just do the scores. I mean, I honestly kind of score them about the same.
yeah.
Um, man, the only thing is when I guess it's well, I don't know what Russo brother it is that plays the character at the end that does the when he does that. I was kind of like, oh wow, he just did what he did in Endgame. Like it is M Night Shyamalan kind of went a
he,
different
he does that he does that in most of his films.
who
They
he just
cameo in their films.
but they
The
cameo, but they're
Russo
sitting
brothers.
down, right?
What's that?
They're sitting down like in Endgame. They're at that meeting with Captain
Yeah.
America, and
Hmm.
then let me see. I don't know. Just that's another thing. Like I expected that because there's a certain point there where I was watching because it was the where they had. I mean that way it does have a lot of badass action scenes. Like there's that scene where they're on like the train or something like that, and then or the bus, like when the whole wall fell off, like the whole wall that like when all looks badass, and then whatever her character's name is, whatever the Ana de Armas character,
Hmm.
what was her name? Now it's gonna bother me. Danny, when that character shows up to grab him, like all that whole sequence scene was pretty badass. But I don't know, Man from Toronto had that cool fight scene at the end. It's a build up. It's. I mean, one thing I was like, it's a Netflix movie, so it's got budget. It's got class in it. So let's rate them.
He's talking about, do you think Anne likes me? I guess that was
That's
Kaylee's
funny,
question.
right? What you say about me? Yeah,
Yeah.
like that was funny. Like that was a funny scene. Um, you want to go first? You want me to go first? What are you thinking?
Let's see here. I'll go first, and I'm gonna tell you, I got a twofer. They're both gonna get the same score. It's gonna be a 9, 9 for both. Both both very very fun movies to watch. Uh, I enjoyed them. Had a great time watching them. I feel I feel too that they could, especially with the Russo brothers. I feel like it could have been more original. They could have had something different. They could have added something to it. The Man from Toronto, it is what it is. That movie, the Man from Toronto is probably going to be the best that movie can be. I don't know how it could have been much better. Uh, but that being said, is it a movie that I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to watch? No. Would I recommend people watching this movie? Will they have a good time watching it? Yeah. Oh, 100%. Um, and this just me, maybe not rating movies for a while, being a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
critical than
Hey,
more
you know,
than
we've
other times.
grown.
Yeah, but I mean, this is it's a fun movie, but I don't I would give it a 9, 9 out of 13. Uh, both of them, I was entertained. I was definitely entertained. I enjoyed you know, going through the story with them. It was a it was a solid story both ways around, even though it may be a story that you've heard before. But um, you yeah, you had that in both. So what do you got?
Man, first off, do we have any repeat offenders that we forgot? Because I
Woody
know
Harrelson is definitely a
from
repeat offender.
White Man Can't Jump. The only one I was like, did we ever done a Karen Hart movie? Because we have a lot of Gosling and we done Chris Evans, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm sure we've had Chris Evans on here before.
I'm trying to think. I don't think we
Ryan
have a
Gosling for sure. Billy Bob Thornton is a repeat offender.
he's a repeat offender.
Um, Kevin Hart. I don't think so. If it was, let's see here. We've done Jason Segel movies.
Yeah.
If he was going to be, let's see here. Well, he was in a couple of those. Was he in I Love You Man?
No. Sorry, I got stopped on the knock knock photos. No, he's not.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to remember
Uh,
when did we
let's see here. I
No,
don't.
I don't think
Let's
so.
see.
But I'll tell you my
I
score.
don't believe so either. What do you got?
All right, so definitely Gray Man, like you said, I had it kind of a 9.5, almost a 10, but then the whole Russo thing you said right now brought it back down to 9. So I do have a 9 for the Gray Man. I will give The Man from Toronto a 10, but it was at 9.5 going to 10. I'll give it a 10 because I think it is like a good movie from hands down from beginning to end. It's not over, like Kevin Hart doesn't really overdo it. Woody Harrelson doesn't overdo it either. He does a good job. Um, yeah, I give it a 10. I liked it. It grew on me like a lot more than I started off with like a 7, and I was like, oh shit, this thing I can get like a 9 to 10 with this thing. So I got a 9 for The Gray Man, and A Man from Toronto. I got a 10.
We haven't watched 40-year-old version, have we?
No, we haven't. But he has a scene in there too. See, that's the Kevin Hart I love. Those little cameo scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Soul Plane.
So
He
plain.
actually he that was like one of his first kind of
Yeah. I mean, he was also in
uh
the scary movie like 3 and 4.
yep. He was in Along Came Polly. I didn't realize that. I forgot if I did.
Who is he? Who is in that one?
His name is Vic. It must be like a
God.
new character. But yep, nope. Doesn't look like we have had Kevin Hart on here before, but can't say that anymore. He'll be
Oh, it is.
repeating and offending all
Yeah, because
damn day
we'll
now.
eventually get there. Because on top of my head right now, I'm thinking we can be. Oh yeah, this is the Kevin Hart character I do like. He's part of the Sydney's recording team. He's the boom mic operator. Yeah,
Yep.
I got. Wait, there's a movie right now. Him and Mocky Mock called Me Time. But it's
Yes.
did I
That's
was
have you did you watch it yet?
nah. I haven't watched that. I might watch it. Mocky Mock. But it has
Okay.
but the Kevin Hart when the roles that he has and like that one and the as the boom operator I was saying like dude on a movie set for some reason you'll always get somebody to be like I'll hold the boom like somebody wants and I'm like it's kind of hard to not hard to do but you gotta have it right but they like a lot of people like to hold the boom like it's a thing you gotta hold the boom so we got about 5 minutes we'll go about a little bit more over 90 minutes but what do you think we should go with this next? I thought Jumanji and then Jumanji, the new one and then the old one, but not there yet. We're officially in Halloween season because I'm starting it from September 15th till October 31st is Halloween for me. So happy Halloween,
Mhm.
Ben. We can start doing
Thank you.
scary movies. We can start doing fantasy movies. We can start doing sci-fi. I mean, we go everywhere because it's Halloween. Halloween is just anything you want it to be.
Well, um, we did mention Willem Dafoe earlier too.
William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. I have been wanting to watch that Lighthouse movie that he's in with Robert Pattinson. I've
Rob
heard great
Pattinson.
things.
I have not seen it yet.
Um, and it's A24, so we'd be
A24.
digging back into them. We could, and then Florence Pugh. There's another one that I haven't seen Midsommar
Yeah, I'm
either.
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna pass on that one for a second. But we could watch it. That one's one
You
of
sure
those.
you don't
That's
you
one
don't
of
want to
those.
watch Tusk
Oh,
again?
we get to Tusk. Tusk is a slow. That's a.
That's I heard it has similar.
No, but it's a yeah. I could only because it's Kevin Smith. I could rewatch it.
What
So
about Red State? Oh, that one I don't want to
I
rewatch.
haven't I
I'm gonna be
haven't
quite
seen it
honest with
yet.
you.
Have you seen it?
Uh, yeah, I watched it. There's one scene that still you like wrap somebody up and like shoot him in the top of the head. And it's like a Branch Davidians kind of movie
Okay.
as well. Yeah, they have yeah. It's
So wait,
but it's
we did bring up Bryan Cranston earlier.
hmm.
That's another one. Not a whole lot of movies, but he's in some. What's well, I don't know. I don't really
It's
want to go.
so it's so difficult because like last time we talked, I'm sure, and that's another thing too is like we can kind of gauge where we're going like as we're okay. Well, we wanted to go here, so we'll go back there.
Because we're basically reconnecting right now, so it's like we got to start
Yeah,
all kind of all over, but not really.
no, really, really kind of as far as
But
like on our movie train.
yes, because we got
Um,
yeah. So we found something out. I guess once you pause for too long, it really slows you down. What do you want to
yeah.
do? Okay, let's talk about this. Yeah, do you want to do like an
All right.
independent movie? Are you thinking about doing something in the '80s? We have '90s. There's
Mm,
2000s. There's also movies that moved us, like American Beauty, and movies that moved us, like American Pie, as well. So it just depends what we want to go. The thing we had in common with these past two movies were Netflix movies, which I thought was pretty cool.
Netflix movies.
Prey
I
is on
mean, Prey
Hulu.
is it is. We can find another Hulu movie. Oh well, you've been telling me to watch Palm Springs recently, haven't
Oh,
you?
dude, Prom
Was that you?
Spring. Yes. Oh, dude. Like
Okay.
I've done a review on that movie. I like that movie a lot. I'll watch it again. I mean, I've actually seen it a few
All right.
times now. So
Well,
if
I
you
mean,
want to do,
is there another Hulu movie that we could do as well as Prey?
yeah, let's
It's
see
kind of like
because I'm saying it, yeah, because this is two assassin movies. Um,
so that would be two like
let's
sci-fi
let's
or
get
Western movies. I don't
let's
know.
get some
What-
let's get some let's see what's on here. Let's get some like a because Prey there's Prey and Predator, but those are two
Yeah,
Predators,
that's. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Predator would be a good one, but
but it's
it's
too
just
close.
it too close, too close.
I mean, it's literally Predator Prey. It's like kind of the sequel in a way. Oh, look at this. There's a Michael Keaton movie called American Assassins. There's one called High Power.
Let's
Um,
see here. We got The Princess. I'm looking at Hulu original movies too. No Exit, Vacation Friends.
dude,
Thinking of
there's
those.
Willy's Wonderland, the Nicolas Cage movie. That looks insane.
What is it?
Willy's Wonderland. It's like Nicolas Cage,
Hmm.
2021. It's like let's see what it's called. Let's see what it says.
Damn, Hulu's got some interesting movies coming
A
out
Quiet
here. Oh,
Drifters.
Boss Level.
Oh,
Oh,
Boss Level.
Boss Level.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, me neither. And it has Mel Gibson in it and Frank Grillo. That may be good. It sounds like a. Let's see.
Naomi
Ooh, what's
Watts.
Books of Blood? Damn.
Yeah. Wow, this is. I mean, this does look good. Boss
Boy,
Level looks
we're
kind of.
just opening up. Yeah, I think Boss Level should be our yeah, and Prey. I think those
Prey,
two
like our Hulu
probably.
movies.
I yeah, I think
Unless we should do sci-fi and just sticking with the. Let's just see what's out there
Palm
sci-fi.
Springs.
Well, cause yeah, cause that's well
I'm
that's okay. There's Prey right here, and then there's
mhm.
a movie called Prospect, and it has the guy. It has the Mandalorian in it. What's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Pablo. Yeah, Pascal. And then save yourselves. I'm cool, bro. Whatever you want, dude. I don't want to stay here just be looking at these movies and be like, "Oh, about this one? How about that one?" I'm cool with. They got sci-fi movies. They got. I'm cool with Prey and whatever other movie you're thinking.
Let's see here.
Palm Springs is. I mean,
Prey.
here it's. I just think it's not the same in the sense that as what do you call it as the movie we're
As
watching, Prey, but it's
yeah.
a good Hulu movie, man. It's a really good movie.
Hmm.
There's
Let's see
also
here.
Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal. I always like that movie, but that's not the same.
Hmm. Could do was it Fresh? That was another that's not really in the same vein as let's see, which one did I have? All
Alien
right.
Parasite.
How about okay, but here's boss level, okay? It's not so it's trapped in a time loop that constantly repeats the day of his murder. Former special forces agent Roy Pulver uncovers clues about a secret government project that could unlock the mystery behind his untimely death. In a race against the clock, Pulver must hunt down Mel Gibson and the powerful head of the government program.
All right. Well, I guess we're watching this one, right?
That one, I mean, that sounds cool. I kind of like that.
Now let's watch it. Let's do it.
Let's do
This
it.
would be the Hulu movies. So
Yes, exactly.
we're gonna watch. Let's see. I guess Boss Level came out first. Boss
And
Level.
then next we're gonna do Amazon Prime, baby.
Yeah, we'll go down that Spider Man.
We really.
Boss Level 2020 TV mature
Oh,
audience 1 hour 40 minutes action adventure comedy. Trapped in a time loop that consistently repeats the day of his murder, a former special forces agent must unlock the mystery behind his untimely demise. Director Joe Carnahan. Writers Chris Borre, Eddie Borre, and Joe Carnahan. Stars Frank Grillo, Mel Gibson, and Naomi Watts. And we're gonna put that one because it's a Hulu movie with Prey 2022 rated R 1 hour 39 minutes action adventure drama. Naru, a skilled warrior of the Comanche Nation, fights to protect her tribe against one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth. Director Dan Trachtenberg, writers Patrick Asen, Dan Trachtenberg, and Jim Thomas. Stars Amber Midthunder, Dakota Beavers, and Dane De Ligro. So we got some good movies coming up.
oh hell yeah.
Anything else, Ben?
Um,
We know where we're going. We know where we
you
were.
know,
Let's
yep.
do it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right,
I'm
everybody.
good, man.
Thank you for.
It's been fun seeing you.
Yeah, it's been hanging out, but it's getting late, and we both got to get to work in the morning. So everybody, thank you for hanging out with us for Side by Side. I'm one of your hosts, CJ Robles.
And I'm Ben Garrett. Sorry, I got sucked into the man from Toronto.
Dude, you
No,
literally, I thought you
it's
froze, dude. I thought you went
no. I'm watching. It's like whenever they're like the man from New York and or Yorktown and all this, like all the different
Tacoma,
places
the
or
brothers from
something like that.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
Oh,
So sorry. I'm Ben Garrett. Good to see you.
and we'll see you next time on Side by Side Movies. Thank you for hanging out with us.